Hello and welcome to Did You Know Gaming Extra. Today we'll be looking at trivia surrounding video game logos and box arts. Over the years it's become much easier for publishers to showcase their games. For a while, however, games were predominantly sold through the appeal of their box art. Because of this, publishers considered the box to be one of the most important elements of marketing a game, and put substantial effort into them. Sometimes this effort can go unnoticed, as is the case with 1993's Doom. While the team at id were trying to come up with an image for their game's cover, illustrator Don PUNCHATZ hired a model to pose in the reference photo for his final illustration. Doom creator John Romero was instructing how the model should pose, explaining that Doom Guy would be on a hill firing down on an infinite number of demons attempting to attack him. However, none of the model's positions were working for Romero. John said on his blog post, "I threw my shirt off and told him to give me the gun and get on the floor. Grab my arm as one of the demons. I aimed the gun in a slightly different direction and told Don, this is what I'm talking about. Don took several pictures. I moved the gun some, the demon grabbed my leg, other arm, etc. I am the Doom Guy." Although Romero had direct control over how his work was marketed, some elements to box art aren't always in the hands of their creators. Dead Island, released in 2011, is an open-world survival horror game, and like many games at the time, it featured zombies. So it was no surprise that the logo depicted the silhouette of a corpse hanging from a tree as the letter I. However, due to the ESRB restrictions on how a game can be marketed, this was altered in the North American release to have the zombie silhouette standing instead. Despite this change, the logo remained unaltered in-game. Speaking of logos, there is much debate around the origin of the Atari logo, with multiple stories describing how it was designed. The logo was first seen publicly on the Space Race cabinet in 1973, and is perhaps one of the most recognizable logos associated with gaming and its history. In a 1983 interview with Video Games magazine, the logo's designer, George OPPERMAN, explained the origins of the logo, saying, "Symbols are just visual nicknames that combine first letters and interpretive design elements. I kept trying to stylize an A, then I looked at Pong. Pong had a center line and a force, the ball, that kept hitting its center from either side. I thought that the force would bend the center outwards, and that's what I designed." NOLAN, Bushnell, co-founder of Atari, has other ideas regarding the logo's origins. He thinks that OPPERMAN created various conflicting stories on purpose, such as rumors of it being designed to look like Mount Fuji, or a kanji character meaning hit. However, George Farraco, one of the creative directors for Atari, thinks that all of this is untrue. He claims that he was handed a number of rough sketches to choose from, and simply picked one that he liked. He believes that OPPERMAN's explanations are just stories. And now for this episode's random piece of trivia. Today we're talking about Serious Sam 2, a personal favourite from my childhood. In the game, while in the Forsaken compound, a small Easter egg can be found. If the player turns off a path near the end of the level, they will discover a hat and coat of a duke, then subsequently a skeleton. An audio prompt can be heard stating,
"Secret Duke skeleton has been found."
Sam will also say,
"Dude, you've been hanging here like forever."
This is of course in reference to the infamous Duke Nukem Forever, which had been stuck in development hell for several years and at the time remained unreleased. If you want more videos, there's 2 more for you on screen right now. What was your favourite piece of trivia from today? Why not comment down below? If you like this video, remember to prove it by pressing the button, and maybe consider subscribing for future videos. Ham and cheese paninis.